Join me for a little Mace workout. A couple little quick things is first, anytime we're holding this, we want to try and keep the windows between our arms, so those armpits even. So very passive, a bit more active. You can make your weight feel a little bit heavier, obviously by moving those hands further away. All right, let's go ahead. Let's start off with just a little bit of focus on, imagine like you're pulling this sword out of the sheath, where you're trying to bend and break this right here. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is just a little curtsy lunge as you pull this in close to your chest, like you're doing a row, while at the same time trying to pull those hands away from each other, pulling that sword out of the sheath. So curtsy lunge, stand up nice and tall, own that top position, a little mobility, ankles, hips, woo, a little bit of stability in those ankles and hips. We're going to hit 5 each side. Now which side the bell is on really doesn't matter. You'll notice one side feels a little bit easier, one side feels a little bit harder. Go ahead and switch sides here. And the key with a curtsy lunge is that you're stepping back pretty far. If I don't step back, notice my knee is going to jab into my calf. So imagine like you're almost hitting 2 opposite corners of a box. Top left corner, back right corner with your feet. Let's go ahead, getting into the hips. Almost think like you're shooting a little bit of a hockey slap shot. Stand up. Reach towards that shin bone, maybe down to the toes. Just gonna hit 5 of each. Switch it up. Good, next one, we're just going to walk it up and down, opening up those shoulders. And as you walk it up and down, try to pay attention to that rib cage, so try not to arch. Maybe even find a flat back, and that will just activate that trunk just a little bit more. So a couple times here, walking the arms up and down. We're going to come back to this later when we start to do some pendulums. But for now, we're right back. We're going to hit what's called the world's greatest with this. So go ahead, opposite of me, left leg forward, back leg is straight. So if you're opposite of me, left leg is forward, your left hand grabs the mace, and you're just going to twist it out, getting a little bit of grip strength, rotating through that shoulder, about 5-6 reps. Great way to wake up that rotator cuff. Then go ahead and switch it up. So top of a push-up, if you're the opposite of me, you're going right leg forward, right hand holds that mace real close to the bell. Twist it out, about 6 reps. Good, almost through with our warm-up here. We're gonna start nice and easy. Press out, hold for a count at the bottom. You can choke the hands out. We're gonna get 10 reps right here. 5, hands one way, then we'll switch the grip. A little bit of an awkward grip on the other side. Good, last one, a little bit more in the shoulders, hands together. Good strong base. We're gonna go into this archer's position. So pull that hand like you're pulling the bow, bring it back in, and check your balance. Evenly weighted through both feet. Nice straight line through the spine. You're not leaning back. Let's go ahead, nice and slow switch. Lock it in, pull that bow. Sure, you're used to a little bit more of a real bow. This will be our training right now. Take what we can get, hold it, maybe own it for a breath. We're gonna hit 5 each side. Then we'll pick up the pace a little bit. Okay, here it is. We have a little bit of a power block. 2 exercises. We'll pair that with some type of rest. So you're going to go underhand with your right hand, overhand with your left, just like we're doing some rotation. Start with a small range of motion. Twist it out. Go about 3 to 5 easy. Notice we're changing levels. Low to high, and then let it rip for 5. Switch sides. We'll warm up a little bit. About 3 to 5 reps. And then let it go for 5. Obviously, make it a little bit harder. If that's feeling easy, just move your hand further down. Okay. The next power move is going to be dropping into a power position or base position. So pick a hand, any hand. Hand always starts close to the bell for any new move. We're going to drop down into this power position. So nice and tall, drop and hold. This should be challenging posture. We got 5 reps. Trying to drop close. Keep that bell close to your body. If you want to challenge your posture, you can keep it a little bit further away from your body. Here we go. I've switched hands. 5 drops. Other side. Just a little quarter squat. Think defensive position, not too low. And relax. Here is our rest. You're going arms away. You're going to windmill the hands. One hand reaches up your back. One hand reaches down your back. You're thinking about trying to reach your hands together. You might not be able to touch. That's fine. Nice and slow. Just wringing out those shoulders. We're going to go 3 times through this power block. That was round 1. We'll add some variations to it. Now that you know what you're doing, we're going to speed it up a little bit. Shake it off. We have those rotations. Okay, go ahead. Hand starts close to the bell. We're going 5 to 8 reps. Get low. Finish tall. Low. Changing levels. Right away. Let it eat. Switch it up. Here it is. Other side. Low. Think about getting the emblem on your shirt, the belt buckle to face towards that wall as you finish tall. Good. Level 1, you have your drops you're holding. If you want to level up, we're going to add a drop to a jump. It's going to look like this. Here it is. 3 to 5 reps on your own. Go. Switch, 3 aside for me. As you come down, don't collapse into poor posture. Quick transition out of the bottom. And relax. Okay, here it is. Mirror me. It's our rest. Right knee down. Drive the belt buckle forward. So big step forward with your left leg. A little bit of a hip stretch. And then we're going to hit the windmills with the hands, nice and slow. About 3 to 4 windmills. Slow is the name of the game. And then we will switch sides. So switch legs, big step forward, kind of tuck tail driving that belt buckle forward. Here it is. This is our last round of our power block. We'll get into some lunges and rows. You ready? Here it is. Hand starts close to the bell. You can always micro adjust, move it just a little bit further away. 5 to 8 coils. Big power now. Switch sides. Quick little breath so we can be powerful for your drops. If you're doing drops, maybe just 5 jumps, 3 to 5. Here it is. 3 to 5 jumps. Ready? Begin. There we go. Level 3 is just a little bit of rotation, 90 degrees with that jump. Woo, there's your power block. All right, we're gonna get into some lunge series. And as much as this could be strength training, power training, some of the stuff is just nice to add into your warm-up before you add some real load. So here's the next little lunge series we're gonna do, called an overhand grip. This would be underhand, right, under, left, over. We're going overhand. So both hands are overhand. Keep those windows like so. It's gonna be the following. Let's just start, twist to your left. Now twist to your right, and imagine you're doing a pull-up. There it is. So this we'll add to this for our lunge. We'll call this our uppercut to chin up. So you're almost with that left hand, if you're mirroring me, driving an uppercut variation. And then hold this top pull-up position. Stay right there. You have two options. First, you're obviously getting your chin over the bar for it to count for your pull-up, but you can pull the sword out of the sheath, or you can compress your hands together. Whatever you're doing, you're creating tension at the top. So let's do two more. Twist one way, top of a chin up, press the hands together, pull them apart. Okay, you get how to do your uppercut chin up. Let's go ahead, we're gonna add in a lunge with this now. So step back, if you're with me, left leg back, and if you're mirroring me, left leg, you're bringing the mace to your left side. Go ahead, uppercut, chin up. Let's get 3 reps. Get the chest to face towards that wall. We're getting some nice rotation in your spine. Stand up. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can match those two together. So start to the side, reverse lunge and hold. Drive up. 5 reps. So reverse lunge with the uppercut. Key is holding and owning that chin up. Good. Switch sides. So if you're mirroring me, it's right hand, overhand, bell is on your right side. We're just gonna do one practice round. Twist into that pull up. Go ahead with me, mirroring me. You have your right hand with the bell, right leg goes back into your lunge, 3 twists. Now hold the top, check in, chin above the bar, pull the hands apart, maybe compress them together, repeat, 3 reps. Let's go ahead, we're gonna add in that lunge with a twist now. Hold the bottom position. Hold and relax. That is it. Okay, here it is. We're gonna get into a row variation. Go ahead, just shadow me this time. So, or shadow me, just face the same direction. So you're facing that way. And you're gonna go into this RDL. So a little bit of balance and then a row. Okay, if you need to put a kickstand down in the back leg, that's fine, but your back is flat, not rounded. Let's go ahead, let's get 8 to 10 rows with his hip hinge. And here's where you want to practice maybe moving your hands further away from the bell. So notice we're getting some good trunk work. I don't feel a ton of upper body work, definitely some grip work. So this is the value of just using this for warm-up. Switch it up, because we're not getting real true load through our body. But this is a regen day for me, nice fun little change of pace variation. We've switched sides, we're rowing. Notice I'm trying to keep that equal space, right? Not letting the bar drop down. Maybe hold the top, pull the hands apart, feeling that extra tension. Okay, we're gonna shake it out. We're gonna repeat that lunge, reverse lunge with a twist. Here it is, overhand. If your left hand is holding the bell, if you're mirroring me, your left leg is going back. We twist that way. 3 reps. Down here, good iso holds. Good, let's combine it together now. Step back with the twist. You want to add a single leg variation at the top. We can do that. Go ahead, switch it up. Here it is, overhand. Left hand holds the bell. Left leg goes back. 3 twists down there. Nice and stable. So both feet are glued into the ground. They're not shaking. Shouldn't look windy out. And then we add in the reverse lunge with a twist. If you want to level up, we hold the single leg stance. Single leg stance is where we start to train the feet, the hips, just to another level. Hit some extra stabilizers. There it is. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Doesn't feel like a lot of strength. We're gonna start to incorporate a little bit more upper body. And I'm sorry, we have our rows. So what I mean is we're just gonna do 2 sets of this series. So let's go ahead, let's go back to that row. You might even just be 2 feet, like you're doing a good old bent over row. If you wanna level up with the hips a little bit, you're just gonna drop 1 leg back. Level 3, lift that foot up off the ground. Let's go ahead, let's hit 8 rows. Once again, at the top, pull the sword out of the sheath. You can adjust those hands as needed. We're going to get to a little bit more upper body, teach you some pendulums here in a sec. This is kind of the classic Mace swing up overhead. Good, I've switched legs. And relax. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of pendulum practice. Then we'll finish with a little bit more upper body work. So if we're back to that warm-up exercise, 1, we're trying to what we call kind of stitch this front side together. If you have a corset, tighten it up. And we're avoiding that big arch so we feel more trunk work when we get into this, okay? You have your real basic up overhead here, but now you're just gonna start this pendulum and your eyes are gonna watch the bell. And you're going to make sure you don't hit your head. You're going to look up overhead, make sure you don't have a fan. And once you're ready, start letting that pendulum go up even higher. And then it comes right up overhead. You'll go back, pendulum, same side. Just so we get really comfortable here. Pendulum, pendulum, same side. Good. From there, you can obviously start to just go around the world. Couple different ways, no right or wrong, but one is to think this hand, if it has an arrow on the top, you're going to point that way, and that's the way the bell is going to go. That just creates a little bit more shoulder mobility, but if you notice, I can really go any way. So if you're wondering which way, whatever way feels best, or top hand points that way, let's go that way. Play around for a sec. There it is. So a little bit of shoulder mobility, trunk stability. There's your pendulums. They're fun. Once again, a nice warm-up tool. Maybe not the biggest training stimulus tool, but you could add them into something for some rounds, 10 or so each side, 10, 15. Think core and cuff. So core and cuff, those are more endurance muscles. So think more reps, 10, 15, 20 reps of those pendulum swings. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get into a little bit more upper body. We're going archers. So we're here. I want to make it harder. Feet a little bit closer together. I want to make it harder. Hold it a little bit longer. Let's go ahead. We're going to hit about 5 to 8 each side. Going to one of my favorite bicep curls. Not a big bicep curl guy, but I love the range of motion that we get in these. I prefer to train on the rings, pull-ups, to get my bicep work in, bent over rows. But I'll do a little bit of biceps from time to time. The only thing I don't like about this next bicep exercise is that it is one side at a time. So a little bit of waste of my time, but that's okay. Once again, this is kind of just a feel-good recovery day. Let's go ahead, drop it down. So mirror me. Bell is in your left hand, left knee is down. Very simple. Bicep curl up, kind of windmill, and then windmill back. So we're getting a nice rotation. And maybe even stop at the top A little bit extra shoulder activation. You can twist it out, not necessary. We're gonna hit about 6 to 8 of these bicep curls. If you're like, come on, Eric, this mace is not heavy enough, well, you just realized, just choke up, and it gets a lot heavier. Okay, this last series, I'm gonna add one more hip exercise into it, and that will be this last rotation through. I've switched arms, checking in on that grip strength, rotator cuff on my other side, just snapping it. That's what I love about the Mace, is that it is a little bit more connectivity. You get a little bit more out of this. So you'll feel, when I say connectivity, just a little bit more total body. And really those joints love some rotation. So it just allows you a little bit smoother, healthier wrists, shoulders. Okay, here is your next move. I got a couple levels to it, obviously, but the first one is just gonna be a modified half Turkish get up. So go ahead, like you're busting a high school picture. I want, if you're mirroring me, once again, you're gonna go left hand up, left foot up, and then whatever arm is long, so in this case, your right arm, right leg is long. Now here's the key, your foot's not too close. It's about a foot distance away from your hip. You're gonna pop up, hold that position, shake it out, twist it out, come back down. Now here's the key, this is not my top position. I want that shoulder all the way in the joint. I want the belt buckle up to the sky, so you feel that left hip if you're mirroring me. Let's go ahead, let's begin. 5 reps. This is just a nice way to open everything up, reverse all that sitting. Once again, the key is holding the top position. So push into that ground with that left foot. You should feel a lot of left glute as you reach that belt buckle up, up, up to the sky. And once you get about 5 to 6, we'll switch it up. We'll be back to those archer rows after we switch sides. So go ahead, bust a move, seeing your picture, whatever leg is long. So right leg, right hand if you're mirroring me, pop the hips up, shake it out, twist it out with the Mace. Switch it up, keep rocking here. 5 to 8 reps. And let's get into those archer rows. One thing to keep in mind if you're new to the Mace, is just to give yourself some recovery so you don't light up those forearms too much and create any elbow tendonitis. So get some rest, shake it up. Maybe you do one exercise with the Mace, one without the Mace before you're just going through a whole circuit with it. Here we go, ready, and begin. Check in at the top, don't just get there. Own it, pull the sword out of the sheath. So I tend to not train my whole session with the Mace. I'll use it for warm-ups. I might use it for my power block, some of those jumps and rotations like we did. And then I'll go lift some heavy weights, and then I might finish with the Mace for some other work, kettlebell or lighter weights. Really depends. Sometimes I'll just grab the Mace for 10 minutes and go. It's a bit more engaging. You can eventually kind of have a little bit more fun with it, getting into some flow as you transition. Get rid of some of the mundaneness and kind of boring routine if you've been training a long time in the gym. All right, what do we got? Bicep curls. Let's go ahead. Here it is, real simple. Curl it up, press it up. And I guess this is not just a bicep curl. We're getting a little bit of shoulders in there as well. Here it is, about 5 to 8 reps. When you're ready, you switch sides. Choke up. If you're starting to realize you could use a heavier weight. And we head into those half Turkish get-ups. These are great to perform a little bit heavier with a kettlebell or just a dumbbell. Let's see, what side are we on? So if you're mirroring me, remember whatever leg is long. So if you're mirroring me, it's your left leg is long, left arm is long, right hand is up, right leg is up, and lift those hips on up. Pause for a sec. You can always adjust your feet. But pause at the top. That's how we'll get some healthy hips, healthy shoulders. And then we'll switch it up. So if you switch it up, left hand holds the weight, right arm and leg are long, pop it up, hold. Need a little extra rotator cuff, grip, twist it out at the top. Almost do the home stretch. And then we're gonna hit one nice stretch to finish off. Okay, so here it is. If you're mirroring me with this stretch, you're gonna cross your left leg over your right. So I'll cross my left leg, and I'm gonna roll on over to my right. From here, I'm gonna hold this bell in my left hand. So left hand has the bell, left leg is crossed and over, and you're gonna bring that knee up close to your chest. And then, let me just show you what I mean is down here is no bueno. Bring that knee up close, drop that mace right to the side, maybe even on the shoulder. You're gonna take 5 breaths. Trying to unwind that upper spine. Try looking up and over to your left. We're gonna move through it 3 times. So reach that hand straight up to the sky. Drop the elbow down, keep the mace close to your body. Reach up. We'll hit this cool down. We will be all done. Great one to take care of the upper spine and shoulders. Thoracic work. So go ahead, if you're mirroring me, you're going right knee hugs up, cross it underneath that foot. So that's kind of the hardest, most awkward thing. So right leg is up, roll to your left. There it is, and once again, knee is not down low, bring it up to that chest. I'll pin it down with the hand. 5 breaths, looking over your shoulder. After 5 breaths, we're gonna rep it out for 3 times. Roll forward. Think about your nipples, trying to look up to the sky, and then roll forward so your nipples face towards the other wall. Moving through that upper spine. There we go. That's your first Mace movement flow. Woo! All right.